They always thought of him as just dad, quiet, predictable, always home by 6, never asked for gifts on his birthday, never raised his voice, never asked for anything, really. Until one day, he was gone. And suddenly, they started finding things. A letter, a box, a story they never knew they were part of. It started with a call, Saturday morning, 7:12 a.m. Too early for anything but bad news. Your father collapsed in the garden. Ambulance just left, the neighbor said. By the time they reached the hospital, it was too late. Massive heart attack. They said he didn't suffer, but something about the way the doctor said it, softer than usual, like he'd seen this kind of man before, the kind who lives quiet and dies quietly too. The house was full of people, mostly quiet, some crying softly. Old friends, neighbors, colleagues, but nobody really knew him. The kids, Ravi and Maya, sat on the couch, watching as people came to pay respects. Both in their 30s now, successful in their careers. They'd grown distant over the years, not out of anger, just life. He always made the best tea, someone whispered. Another nodded and said, never complained. Ever. Maya frowned. That word again. Never. Never angry, never absent, never demanding, never asking for anything. 2 days later, Ravi was cleaning out their father's closet. Suits folded neatly, old shoes polished, and then, at the back, a box, unlabeled, duct-taped shut. He opened it. Inside, a collection of old receipts, torn photographs, yellowed letters never sent, a sealed envelope with their names on it. For Ravi and Maya. He held it in his hands, hesitating, then called his sister. They read the letter together. The letter read, My dearest children, if you're reading this, I must no longer be around. That's all right. I've had a good life. I know I wasn't the kind of father who said much. I didn't tell you every day that I loved you. I didn't teach you to ride bikes or show up at every school event, but I saw everything. I remember everything. You may not remember, Ravi, but in your 4th grade, when you were too scared to perform at your music recital, I watched from the back. I never told you, but I cried when you played your first note. Maya, the day you moved to another city and didn't look back, I was proud. Even when your mother cried, I was proud. I didn't say it out loud because I didn't know how. I only knew how to give quietly. There are things you don't know about me. Maybe that's my fault. So here's my story, the parts you never saw. He had grown up poor, really poor, dropped out of school to work. First job, a factory at 15. He sent money home every month, even when he had nothing. When he met their mother, he was already 30, late by societal standards, but he waited for the right woman. She smiled once, and that was it. He married her with nothing in his pocket but a promise. You'll never have to worry. And he kept that promise. Worked 2 jobs, walked home to save bus fare, slept 4 hours a night for years, never complained, never asked for more, because all he wanted was for them to have more. Inside the box were smaller envelopes, all addressed to their mother, none of them ever sent. One read, I know I come home tired and forget to ask about your day, but I see you. I see how much you do. I wish I had the words, but I hope my actions are enough. Another said, sometimes I wonder if you regret marrying a man like me. I have nothing fancy to offer, only my routine love. But if there's a heaven, I'll still choose to love you the same way there. Maya broke down reading it. She remembered her mother's sighs, the tired eyes, how she sometimes complained. He never says anything. They both didn't. 2 silent lovers in a world that worships noise. A week later, they met an old friend of their father's at the local tea stall. Retired, kind-eyed, said he used to work with their father decades ago. He told them stories, how their father once gave up a promotion because the job required night shifts and he didn't want to miss dinner with his family. How he lent money to co-workers and never asked for it back. How he refused to move to a bigger city, as he used to say, "My kids like their school, and my wife loves this street." He was a simple man, the friend said. But don't mistake that for small. He was quietly giant. Back at the house, Maya was going through his phone. Among work reminders and grocery lists, she found one voice note. Never sent. Labeled simply, "Final thoughts." She pressed play. His voice slightly shaky. "I don't know if this will ever be heard, but I want to say thank you. To my children for giving me purpose, to my wife for choosing me every day. I wasn't perfect, but I hope I was enough. If I ever seemed distant, know this. I never left. Not once. Your lives are my proudest creation." Ravi and Maya sat in silence, not crying anymore, just listening, letting his quiet voice echo through the walls one last time. They had spent years chasing careers, missing calls, postponing visits, thinking, "Dad's always fine, he's solid." Because he never asked, never needed, never said, "I miss you." So they assumed he didn't. But now they saw it. Every quiet act, every cup of tea waiting, every old shirt he never replaced because their school fees came first. Every "I'm proud of you" he wanted to say, but only did with his eyes. Ravi and Maya made a silent vow. They wouldn't wait to say "I love you," to visit, to notice the quiet ones in their lives. Ravi started calling his own son more, not to lecture, just to listen. Maya started writing letters to her husband, words she never thought to say before. And in their father's room they kept the box, not as a shrine, but a reminder that the people who ask for the least often give the most. He was never loud, never flashy. He didn't leave behind an empire or a best-selling book, just a story, one of silent love, invisible strength, and unspoken devotion. And sometimes, that's more than enough.